Commander Jacques of the Valorian Dominion stared at the tactical display in growing disbelief. The object drifting toward his command fleet was impossible to misidentify. Its mass, its energy signature, the faint antimatter oscillation contained within an elegant stabilization field, it was their own weapon. The World Breaker. 6 months ago, the Dominion had launched it toward the blue planet called Earth, a calculated demonstration meant to end a primitive species before it could become inconvenient. Human defenses had been laughable by galactic standards. Fragmented orbital platforms. Incomplete shield harmonics. No antimatter containment of their own. The bomb was never meant to be recovered. Yet there it was, approaching Valorian space on a precise intercept vector. "That's not possible," hissed Jacques' sensor chief, frills tightening in alarm. The detonation was confirmed. Their planet should be debris. "Scan it again," Jacques snapped. "Full spectrum. No assumptions." The silence on the bridge stretched as data streamed in. Then the readings updated. Energy output, 300% above original specifications. Containment efficiency, dramatically improved. Guidance system, non-Valorian design. Jacques felt his secondary heart stutter. They didn't just survive, the weapons officer whispered. They reclaimed it. A proximity alert chimed. "Commander," the comms technician said shakily, "incoming transmission. Origin, Earth." Jacques straightened instinctively. "Display it." The air shimmered as a hologram resolved into the image of a human woman in a dark military uniform. Her posture was relaxed. Her expression calm. A name patch on her chest read. Colonel Sarah Reeves, United Earth Defense Command. She smiled. Jacques had fought a dozen wars across 3-star clusters. He had watched civilizations burn. But something about that smile unsettled him more than any roar of rage. "Greetings, Commander," Reeves said pleasantly. "We believe this belongs to you." She gestured, and the external cameras briefly magnified the approaching device, their bomb, unmistakably altered. "We found it intact in our southern ocean," she continued. "Took us a few weeks to pull it apart and understand how it worked. Truly elegant engineering." Jacques leaned forward. "You neutralized it." The human smiled wider. "Oh no, Commander," she said. "We perfected it." Colonel Reeves tapped a control, and schematics filled the holographic space between them. Jacques recognized the core geometry immediately, and then flinched as unfamiliar layers unfolded around it. "Your antimatter containment field was clever," Reeves said conversationally. "Stable, symmetrical, very conservative. Designed to prevent catastrophe." She shrugged lightly. "We don't design that way." The schematic rotated, highlighting new components. "We replaced your field with a magnetic bottle derived from our fusion research. It allows tighter compression, faster modulation, and, most importantly, controlled instability." Jacques' mandibles twitched. "Controlled instability?" "Yes," Reeves replied. "Your design avoids failure. Ours weaponizes it." Data cascaded. The bomb's payload indicator spiked. "We also upgraded your detonation logic. Timers are predictable. Command signals can be jammed. So we installed a learning AI, one that adapts to interference, countermeasures, even attempts at remote disarmament." She paused, letting the implication settle. "And since we had the space," she added casually, "we tripled the antimatter load." "This is madness," Jacques snapped. "You're threatening a Dominion fleet with a recycled prototype." Reeves' smile vanished. "No, Commander," she said coldly. "We're demonstrating a principle." She leaned closer to the camera. "You sent us a problem. We studied it. Improved it. And now we're returning it, so you understand how humans respond to existential threats." Another figure stepped into frame. An older human male in a white lab coat, hair wild, eyes bright with barely restrained excitement. "Dr. Alan Brooks," he said cheerfully. "Chief Propulsion Analyst." Jacques didn't like his grin either. "The fun part," Brooks continued, "is what your bomb taught us beyond explosives. Your guidance system uses exotic matter stabilization, right? Beautiful stuff." Jacques' frills stiffened. "We realized something," Brooks said. "You never solved gravitational lens manipulation for faster-than-light acceleration. You brute force spacetime instead." "That theory is incomplete," Jacques snapped. "Unstable." "It was," Brooks agreed. "Until your tech filled in the missing variables." He brought up another schematic, this one far more disturbing. "We've already tested a prototype drive. Human-made. First FTL vessel should be operational in under 2 years." The bridge fell silent. Reeves stepped back into focus. "So here's what happens next," she said calmly. "You and your fleet turn around. You leave this system. And you inform the Valorian High Dominion that Earth is permanently off-limits." Jacques swallowed. "And if we refuse?" Reeves glanced aside. "Then we test version 2. Targeting data bloomed across Jacques' tactical display. The upgraded bomb had already locked onto his flagship, its trajectory adjusting with unnerving precision. "We're detecting additional human activity," the sensor chief whispered. "Massive industrial output across their planet. Orbital construction. Weapons platforms." A new voice crackled over the bridge comms, one of Jacques' sub-commanders. "Commander, they're converting their entire manufacturing base." Dr. Brooks chuckled softly from the hologram. "You've never seen a human arms race," he said. "During one of our internal wars, we built hundreds of thousands of aircraft in a few years, with 20th-century tools." He spread his hands. "Now imagine what happens when we're motivated, unified, and equipped with alien technology." Reeves stood straighter. "You have 30 seconds, Commander," she said. "After that, we proceed with a live demonstration." A timer appeared. 30. 29. Jacques stared at his fleet, 12 warships, each one sufficient to dominate a system. Against a species that had survived annihilation and thanked them for the opportunity to learn. Humans didn't rage. They didn't plead. They smiled, and improved the threat. "Helm," Jacques said quietly. "Prepare emergency jump coordinates." The weapons officer looked relieved. "Wise decision," Reeves said. "One more thing." Her eyes hardened. "Tell your High Dominion that next time, we won't return the weapon. We'll deliver it personally." The transmission cut. As hyperspace engines spooled, Jacques slumped into his command chair. "What do we tell them?" his comms officer asked, trembling. Jacques watched Earth recede on the display, a small blue world filled with dangerous minds. "Tell them," he said slowly, "that we encountered a species that treats war like a puzzle." He exhaled. "And humans love solving puzzles." Back on Earth, deep beneath layers of reinforced bedrock, Colonel Reeves turned to her team. "How long until we actually have that FTL drive?" she asked. Dr. Brooks scratched his head. 5 years. Maybe 10. I may have exaggerated. Reeves smiled, that same unsettling smile. "Good," she said. "That gives us time." "To do what?" a junior officer asked. "To build," Reeves replied. Across the planet, factories roared to life. Research labs expanded. Fleets were planned, not for conquest, but for deterrence through overwhelming competence. Humanity had not announced itself with a plea for peace. Nor with blind aggression. But with a message the galaxy would never forget. We learn fast. We build faster. And we never waste a good enemy. The age of isolation was over. And the stars would soon learn what happened when you tried to wipe out a species. that thrived on turning threats into tools.